And as you can see in my same little area, today is Friday, January 2nd. Happy New Year to those of you who I haven't spoke to before. And honestly, this is for the replay mostly. My name is Evelyn. This is Beautiful I Am Colored. It's a personal development and lifestyle channel. I am currently on a weight loss and powerlifting journey. And so today I am going to be sharing my training session with you. Um, During these types of videos, I will talk to you between my sets. Right now, I'm just getting a warm up going. Good morning, Jen. Happy Friday. I took PTO today, so I am gonna get a really good workout in. I'm excited. Uh, Marlon and I rested up um, yesterday, like we were in the bed most of the day after our venture out New Year's Eve. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Um, I got my earbuds today, and remembered this time to bring my iPad so I can have music. So I'm gonna get started in just a second with my warm-ups for today. Right now, I'm just waking up my body. It is 7:05 a.m. here, and so um, I'm just gonna walk you through, like the other lives for my workout. I'm just gonna walk you through every exercise until I get done. If the gym gets too busy, right now I'm the only person here, but if the gym gets too busy, I'll log off. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my music now, in my earbuds that is, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll check back in with you all after I get finished warming up and transition to the first exercise. Good morning, Harjarine. Lovely to see you, ladies. Lovely to see you. And some days, most days, I work out to like gospel, upbeat gospel, contemporary gospel. And so, yeah, I'm finna go ahead and turn my music on and get in the zone. See you all between sets. Good morning, good morning. Just checking in. I'm feeling nice and warm. I got a little bit of a sweat going now, just a little bit. And now it's time to start my training session for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it rolling, get it going, get started. Need a little bit more space. Good morning, Swan. Okay. Just checking in with you guys between sets here. That was a Zerker Jefferson curl. I got one more set of those. Then I'm gonna go into some cross sacks. Then I'm gonna transition back over to the bench and do the double pause bench press. I have lat pull downs today, overhead cable tricep extensions and tricep kickbacks to close it out. Some of the things I'm gonna have to modify, but when we get there, I'll let you know. I'll check back in again after this next set. For this next one, my feet need to be as flat as possible to the ground. So I'm just gonna take off my running shoes and switch into my lift shoes. Your head to the sky. You can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. As long as you keep your head to the sky. Woo. So, I'm transitioning. Take this out. I'm transitioning now to the double bench press. I'm gonna do a few reps to get the motion like warmed up and everything, and then I'm gonna add 10 kg plates on each side. So I'll check back in again after my first set. So awesome. I agree. I agree with Jen Twan. It's good to see you connect with your daddy. so weird. My looping the same songs. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Even though these are two really good songs. Try to get a better angle on the bench today. Okay, I'm gonna rest about 1 minute. Add these plates. Thanks for stopping by. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this next set. I had to go to the other side to get the 12s. Good morning. If you're new here and just stopping by, my name's Evelyn, and I'm midway through my training session for today. Thank you for the reminder, Michelle. Yes, please like and subscribe. I am trying, my first milestone goal for my channel is to get to 500 subs by the end of January. So, yeah, we will be building. All right, let's get this next set. Restart this music that keep looping me around. Oh, we're gonna fix that. All right, let's get this next set. goodness. Actually, yeah. Okay. One more set. I'm just resting between my sets. And I'm getting better and better about taking rest in between to allow the unseen underneath to take place. And I decided to stick with the 15s because the last few reps felt pretty heavy. Let's go. It's the last set. 1. Cha. 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 Good gracious. Okay. Okay. Instead of the cable tricep extensions, I'm gonna do the French press for triceps. I need a 20. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y'all know we all trying to get Tamika arms. I'm trying to have severe definition by summer, you understand? And I promise you, I'm gonna be showing out. I'm gonna be showing out. Thank you for the encouragement, Vanessa. Appreciate it. So I did that set with the 15s. I'm gonna go ahead now and go up to the 20s. And now, it'll take one of you very specialized scientific persons or much more knowledgeable than me, but certain exercises, of course, I can go heavier. Like, when I was doing the modified version of the cable pull downs with the dumbbells, like the 15s just felt heavier today, so I just stuck with those instead of going up. But on this particular exercise, I know I can do the 20s, for 10 reps. So it just varies, I guess, in terms of like which part of your muscle is weaker than the other. So lots to still learn. Y'all know I'm a beginner. Oh, but Twan, if you still here, yeah, I'm gonna say, I can say this. Um, you know how you just got your certification? I've been looking at particularly USPA Federation, and don't worry, I'm gonna get your email to you over this weekend. But USPA, which is what I'm a member of, I'm also a member of USAPL. But anyways, USPA has a like training program where you can like really get the fundamentals down in terms of like understanding the techniques and stuff like that more. And so I'm strongly considering blessing myself with that course because to your point, Twan, I'm very much like you and how we were talking last night on your live, and that, you know, I don't want to just be out here doing stuff. I really want to know what I'm talking about, you know, so that I can use the right terminology associated. And right now, I know I ain't using the right terminology, child. I be, why do tattoos sometimes do that? Especially when I'm lifting, they start raising up. Anyway, whatever. Getting off task. The bottom line is I'm considering that strongly. Okay, let me get this next one in. All right, let's get this 20 pound. I only have one exercise left after this, which is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo. 6, 7. My goodness. 8. Oh, God. 10. Okay. Was that 2 sets or 3? Lost track. Running my mouth. Well, it's just to be bonus. I don't want to cheat myself. So I'll just knock out 5 more. Then I have tricep kickbacks, and I'm out. Let me see here. We have never had just me and Marlon, ever. Good morning, Calisthenics Life, NYC. Good morning. Love your workouts. Love them. You do a lot of functional exercises. I have yet to be able to do a pull-up, sir. That's a goal of mine this year, too, is by the end of the year to be able to do 5 pull-ups unassisted. But anyway, getting back to what I was trying to tell y'all as I do my Mr. Rogers routine, that is change back into my running shoes and put my stuff back on and clean my mess up that I made here at the gym. We want to be empty nesters. It's never been like a time where me and Marlon, had just us. We don't really know what that feels like because we were teen parents. I was 18 when we got married, and Marlon was 19 at the time, because of the way our birthdays fall. He's a couple years older than me, so he also turns 50 this year. And so we have a very big milestone events coming up here very shortly. Like my birthday is this month. Next month is anniversary and the oldest son's birthday. Then March is Marlon's 50th birthday. April is my oldest daughter's birthday, and then May is baby girl's birthday, and a host of other things. So graduations and all that jazz. So one of the major goals is, again, for us to empty out our house, and then kind of consider like what we want to do next, as we move into this next phase of parenthood, as well as this next phase of our marriage too. I think one of the things that has become very clear to Marlon and I as we age together is allowing each other space to grow still, which sometimes gets really hard when you've been married for as long as we have, because we've been married for 30 years, but I've been with Marlon since August of 1992, for all the young people in the chat. And so with that, of course, we've had to really evolve, and at different points of our relationship and our marriage, man, it's been tough. Like, I remember, like, I was a stay-at-home mom for like 10 years with the kids, because when we started having kids, they was just popping out, popping out, popping out, popping out, popping out. I knew we had some young people in the chat. Born in 91. Oh, yes, sir. 92, yeah. 92, yeah, I was 14 in 92. Anyhow, yeah, so where was I with this story? Oh, just learning each other and letting ourselves like grow with still remaining in a marriage. Because you know how like sometimes people say, you grow, like we just grew apart. One of the things that I've been dissecting is, why do people grow apart? And sometimes it's because sometimes you do really need to just go your separate ways. I totally get that. But because Marlon and I have experienced different iterations of change, and the tension associated with change, what I think happens is that one person or the other just refuses to allow for the expansion and evolution of another. I'll give you an example. It was like probably year 7 or 8 where I started to talk to Marlon about, me wanting to go back to school. Because at this point, Marlon had already had his degrees. Because I had Caitlin, of course, in high school. I had her my senior year of high school. That's our oldest daughter's name is Caitlin. And so I had her my senior year of high school. I didn't do any of the Homeward Bound stuff until after, which Homeward Bound is like, it's like the program that Shelby County Schools back in Memphis was using for students who were kind of like on altered plans. So crisis, teen is in crisis, if you will. I don't like that language at all, but this was back in the 90s. And so I didn't go to Homeward Bound, meaning a tutor would come to my house after I had Caitlin. So I went literally to school every day, all the way up until the day before she was born. And I remember like our 7th or 8th year, I think it was around 8. It was between 7 and 10. Nope, it was definitely 7 and 8. Now that I'm thinking about it strong. And I started talking to Marlon about going back to school, right? Because he had already, I'm in Colorado, calisthenics. I'm in Colorado. And so I talked to him about it, and, he was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But he really wasn't like, at the time, he's absolutely evolved since then. So this is not who he is today. But at the time, you could kind of tell like it was some reservations about me wanting to do something else. And so I remember I had registered at, it was called Memphis State University at the time. Since the time that I started my back to school, they changed the name. So now it's University of Memphis, so the Tigers. Anyhow, and this was back when, University of Memphis, first of all, the basketball team in Memphis, at Memphis State or University of Memphis has always been popping, back when Penny Hardaway and them was playing. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So y'all, I started back going to school, and I was getting so excited because I've always loved learning, and I've always been a really good student. Like honor roll status, right? Principal list type chick back when I was in school, elementary and high school, until I started fooling with Marlon. I got my first F fooling with Marlon. Okay, Josh, good morning. That's neither here nor there for me. My channel is open to all who are interested in my journey, so long as you are respectful. So you're welcome here, Josh. Good morning. Anyhow, so I remember like just getting so excited about my studies and stuff like that, and being around other people. And we had what I would call like a hard truth conversation one time, because I noticed Marlon was acting kind of weird, about it, because I was going to campus. This was long before like they had a plethora of online options available, right? Online options at that time was exceptionally limited, and the internet was super expensive, y'all. It was super expensive. And so, but I was going to campus and stuff, and really essentially I would say on my journey to finding myself. I remember having a conversation with Marlon, and what came out of the conversation is to the root cause of why He was kind of displaying irritability with me going back to school. It was because it was insecure. He was used to me in one role, right? I had been a stay-at-home mom for all these years, and he become accustomed to that being my role, having the meals cooked, taking care of the groceries, being the room mom for the kids, because I've always been a volunteer for my whole life, whether it's church, whether it's the kids' schools. I've always been active in terms of providing service to others. It's just a part of my heart. And most of my mom's side of the family are all like public servants. Anyways, and we had the conversation, and it really truly was about him kind of, and I'm not going to do it justice. It would take Marlon to talk and say his part, and we might talk about this in the upcoming live when he joins me again. But I remember him being like, but this is something that you want to do, so I got to work through, my own stuff. And I think a lot of times we hold other people's stuff, whether it's our spouse, whether it's our significant other. We hold on to other people's stuff, and that sometimes can allow us not to pursue our dreams and goals. In this particular example, it wasn't like I was doing anything wrong. I'm just advancing myself, right? I'm trying to get to know who 20-something-year-old Evelyn with 4 kids already and had already been married like 7 and 8 years, in my mid-20s. So I'm really trying to get to know like this better expression of myself. But sometimes when you're growing, it creates tension. And so this gets me back to my main point, my primary point of people growing apart. It's because we don't have the conversations, the hard truth conversations about really what is it? What really truly is it that's driving, this friction and this frustration? And it takes vulnerability, and it takes putting yourself in a humble posture to have those types of conversations. And I think one of the reasons that we have remained in love with each other and not bitter, absolutely growing pains, Michelle, and it happens, and it's going to happen at each stage, of the relationship. And I just think it's allowing space for that. It's being able to verbally communicate. And honestly, I'll be straight up with y'all. I did not always have the verbal, and this was something that was very frustrating to Marlon because he is a very verbal communicator. He needs to like say things out loud, and he needs to repeat things in different ways to process. And I'm the opposite. I need to internalize everything, and I need to process. But early in our marriage, I would go quiet. I kid you not. Marlon will tell you this is a gospel truth. I would go quiet for 2 weeks straight because I would just be trying to figure out things within myself, because that's how introverts work. Now, as I've aged, I'm about to be 48 this month. So as I've aged, what I've learned is that to try to expedite my processing time as an introvert, to, how can I say, not accommodate Marlon's style of processing, but to kind of meet him in the middle. So I have drastically increased my response times, or communicate and say, hey, I haven't forgotten about what we discussed. I'm still kind of thinking about it, to check in, because I was kind of leaving him, hanging, essentially. What you saying, calisthenics? You said, I used to shut down too, now I talk to But that's what happens, right? When you start to get to know yourself. He was saying that he used to shut down too, and now he talks too much. Hi, June Blue. Welcome. It's nice to meet you. Good morning. Happy Friday and Happy New Year. My name's Evelyn. I just finished my workout, and I'm just chit-chatting while I cool down and get myself ready to go. But yeah, it wasn't working in our relationship, and now I do talk more, of course. I talk to you all. I talk to Marlon. We've always had like a really pretty good relationship, because when we first got together, back when I was 14, I remember our first conversation on the phone. I kid you not, and this was back when we had telephone cords, okay? Landline status. I talked to him for at least 6 hours. Now, I had to sneak and talk to him because my mama was very strict and she wasn't going. So I was supposed to be not talking to boys, honestly. And most of you that are regulars on my channel, that I have not ever had like anybody else except for Marlon in my life, And so, but we talked and talked and talked, and I just felt a level of comfort with him that I had not felt with somebody else. He made me feel like very safe to share very detailed things that I had not shared with anybody else. And this was long before, we got to a point where, we were doing things that grown people do as teens, if you catch my drift. And I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful that God knew who I needed in my life, and I'm glad that we stuck together through all of the ups and downs, because some of the stories, that I share on my channel about our lived experience and my lived experience is super traumatic, and some of it is like, stuff that I took offense of, or, I was carrying a lot of resentment in my heart for different things, that we went throughout the years until I was able to finally like release it for real, for real. And so I'm just so thankful because Marlon is a whole vibe. I'm telling you, he is a whole vibe. And he is still expressing himself, even at, becoming a 50-year-old man. And I love to grow together and to make room and space for other people on their journey as well. Let me check in with y'all and see what you're talking about. Okay, June Blue just says, hi, nice to see you too. Yes, it's a pleasure. Calisthenics, telephone cord, 7-digit numbers. Yes, correct, sir. Correct. We didn't have this area code stuff. Do y'all know, I still remember, so back in the day, in the 90s, Marlon's parents, which I thought was so exclusive. I thought it was so exclusive. Marlon's parents had 2 phones with 2 separate phone numbers. So Marlon and his brothers had a line that was just for them. And of course, Marlon had a pager because remember, Marlon is a reformed thug, more Renaissance-like. And he's a Renaissance man now, but back in the day, oh boy, I tell you what, he was something else. Put a pin in that story. I'm gonna come right back to you. Let's see. Remind you to like it. Yes, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow and get to 500 by the end of the month or more. Don't want to limit ourselves. June Blue, you said you feel the same way? You're the same way? Are you referring to like your processing time and stuff as an introvert? Trisha, hey girl, good to see you. Oh my God, I love Trisha's channel, y'all. She does a lot of fashion content. She be having a lot of trolls though sometimes. She be reading them. But I love her channel. So if y'all don't know Trisha, y'all check her out. Calisthenics too, like y'all like workout stuff, check his channel out. What that's exclusive with Marlon was when you say exclusive calisthenics, can you elaborate on your question about me and Marlon? Okay, I think I said, hey, everybody. What was I about to tell y'all? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was going to come back to it. Oh, reformed. He was a reformed thug. Yes, he's changed. Oh, I was telling y'all about the phone lines. Oh, yes. That was, listen, that was status. And let me just tell you, where we grew up in North Memphis. So by North Memphis, I mean North Memphis. At the time, it was an annexed part of Shelby County, of Memphis City. So while our address was Memphis City, it was really more like on the county line, because me and Marlon were bused to a school that was near a military base in Millington, Tennessee. It's called Millington Central High School. And anyways, so we didn't we could have gone to Memphis City schools, but because of the busing back then, we both ended up going to Millington Central. Anyhow, yes, it was exclusive. We only had one phone number, and I still remember Marlon's phone number, which his parents still have. I remember that by heart. I remember his mom's, so his mom and dad's line by heart. Of course, my mama phone number I remember by heart. But it's weird because now with technology, we rely on it so much for some of the most minuscule things. To me, as a almost 48-year-old person, I don't memorize numbers anymore. It's so weird. It's so weird. Girl, see, y'all see what I'm talking about? Trisha, you already know what the business is when you had your own. That's some high level stuff back in the 90s. We had one line. And my mama was not playing. But we did have 3-way where you could tie people in by clicking over on the phone. We had 3-way and stuff like that. But I just remember like we would have such good conversations, and me and Marlon, we have always been like such good friends. And I love that about our relationship. And also because we are working on our 30th anniversary next month, we are currently working on increasing the romance in our relationship. So, you know, the lovey-dovey stuff. Because sometimes when you're really good friends like that and you end up marrying your best friend, you end up kind of leaning more on the side of friends sometimes. Now, that's not to say people don't get things done, because people get things done. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just staying fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like Marlon sending me flowers, or, you know, just pop-up dates. You know what I'm saying? Like where, you know, it's like, hey, you want to meet up after work at, you know, this particular bar, like stuff like that, just keeping hope alive. You know what I'm saying? That's so exceptionally important in a relationship. It's just to continue to nurture each other in that way so that you don't lose sight of who you have. Because trust you me, please know, trust and believe that I know what I got, and I know that other people wish that they had what I have. But see, here's the thing: when you start to go into looking at other folk business, you don't understand the price that they paid to get to where they are. And trust you me and Marlon have paid a significant price. Now, it was a price that we were both willing to pay now, but it was a price to get us to 30 years and still be happy. So we have this saying, me and Marlon do, and I'm gonna have to ask him if he want to come on live with me, because he due for a pop-up. But there's how can I say, we have this saying, and I want to make sure I get it right, that, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. But why don't you take the time to fertilize, weed, seed, mow, trim, and get your own yard together? And that's what we focused on our entire marriage. Instead of trying to, we can look at other people and say, oh, this little piece worked for them, so we can try and adapt it and see what works for us. But, and I see your comment, so I'll go back up in a second, okay? I see you there. We don't, you know, we try to, you know, we try to make our grass green. You feel what I'm saying? We try to make our own grass green and what that looks like for us. So we always say, like in relationships and stuff, like when people ask us questions about our relationship, we always just say, like, you and your partner, your significant other, that's up to y'all to build. You have to have those hard conversations with each other. You have to determine, you know what I'm saying, like when you're gonna pivot, when you're gonna switch things up. That's solely up to you. But the truth of the matter is that when you both come together and you on one accord and you going in that same level together, let me tell you right now, you will be unstoppable in your own way with your person. You will be unstoppable, you know? And so that's one of the things. I'm gonna ask Marlon. Today, Friday, I think we're gonna stay in tonight. I don't know if we're going out or not. I did ask him out tonight. I was told him to pick if he wanted to go out after he get done with work today, and we can go to a spot like early happy hour status, or we could go to on Sunday for brunch. So I think I don't know what we're gonna do, but if he's around, I might go live tonight and bring him on, and I can expand on this topic. But I'll post it if Marlon feels up to it after work. Let me check in with y'all. Okay. So June Blue, I've been in relationships where they tell me I make them feel comfortable to tell me stuff they want to tell others. And I've been in that shoe. Yes. And, you know, I would say this, June Blue, like, I don't know about you, but the way I feel is that when you are a person who has great capacity, because I'm kind of like that, like in my day job and like in my real life, personal and professional, I have always been the person that people unload. They are able, because I'm a safe place, and God has built me with a very deep capacity to hold other people's stuff. But the thing that I've recognized about my gift to hold and have capacity to hold people's like secrets is that I also have to have a place to release that, right? Because when you hold on to other people's stuff, it can affect you as a person that's a natural holder. And I'm having to, even today, like learn how to, where can I deposit that? Now, for me, I have a very deep spiritual life and connection with God. So for me, that's through prayer, through meditation, through my workouts, that I'm able to kind of leave stuff, you know? But I had to learn that along the way. It's a gift, but also have to take care of ourselves. Yeah, you have to keep the spicy. You have to keep, listen, I don't know if y'all seen my short where me and Marlon went out New Year's Eve, but a top goal of mine, always. First of all, Marlon can never look better than me. We can look great together. We can both look like 10 out of 10 together when we step out. But I am not a fan of Marlon, like, how can I say this? Outshining? No. So when I put that jumpsuit on, I kid you not, y'all, I had that blue jumpsuit for months now, but I just been able to fit it. And actually it was too loose. Like I kept having to adjust it all night. So I was like, oh, she losing the inches. But so I wore that, and I like it when his eyes light up. You know what I'm saying? Like after all these years, I'm about to be 48. You feel what I'm saying? And he's known me since I was 14, y'all. So I put the jumpsuit on and I could just see him, and he was, in the house getting his stuff together and stuff. Oh my God, I love that feeling, like where my heart still like leaps, when I see him, or when he has on a certain scent or something like that. And I'm like, oh, wee child. It just, oh, I love it. Anyway, let me go and move on, talking about my man too much. We have the green fingers. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. We do have green fingers. The grass is greener on the other side. How about getting your grass together? Correct. And it's just different tools. And there's a ton of tools available to get your grass green. Whether it's counseling, whether it's fertilizer, whether it's whatever. People just saying, hello, hard work pays off, 1,000%, and love is love. Let me get my sweater on because I can tell I'm cooling down now. Get my sweater on and get my shoes, my little Mr. Rogers routine here. And yeah, I hope you all are having a good day. I certainly appreciate you all stopping by and joining me for my training session for today. It'll be more of these to come, but usually in January, my work picks up significantly because I'm on the team that reviews legislation for the state. And so I have a whole bunch of reading to do when the General Assembly reconvenes at the middle of the month. So I'm definitely gonna stick with my lives on Tuesday, my lunchtime lives on Tuesday and Thursday through January, but depending on how many bills that come through this year will depend on the frequency at which, I can pop on and share more and more with you all. But from January, definitely January through March, but January through May is like when the Colorado General Assembly meets for the regular session. And so that's when my work can tend to pick up. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted for sure. Let your soul glow, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm on a track to get to 500 at the minimum by my birthday at the end of the month. So please subscribe if you like this commentary. I share a lot about my life on my channel. It's a personal development and lifestyle channel. I keep it 100%. I have a very low tolerance for drama and bull. I cannot spend my time in those places. Those are very low frequencies that I do not operate on at all, and I don't entertain it for 1 second. So if you like content that's more uplifting on the positive side and encouraging, but also, giving you the truth and love, please consider subscribing to my channel, and join me on my journey. I'm on a weightlifting, powerlifting journey. I'm on a weight loss journey, and then other things are developing. I will leave it at that. I'm not ready to share yet, but other things are definitely developing. And so I'm gonna get ready to log off here. I'm wishing you all a wonderful Friday. If I go live with Marlon, I'll post it if he wants to show his beautiful face on camera this evening. Otherwise, I'll see some of you all, I'm sure, in lives and in chats and stuff like that. I appreciate each and every one of you because I know you don't have to spend time with me. So I certainly appreciate it. And I want to close out by just saying, remember, the future you is waiting on you. Have an amazing day. God bless.